Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to begin this video by asking you guys a question. Assuming we go to the polls and you find two names on the ballot paper, the name of William Ruto and the name of Edwin Sifuna, just the two. Who would you vote for as the next president of the Republic of Kenya? I know most of you guys would vote. Who are you going to vote for? Let me read in the comment section. But let me also ask you this question. Who would you prefer to be the sole opposition candidate to face William Ruto in 2027? Would you prefer Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka and Edwin Sifuna ticket? Or would you prefer Kalonzo Musyoka and Fred Matiang'i ticket? Or would you prefer Rigathi Gachagua and Edwin Sifuna's ticket? In short, Edwin Sifuna is now a major player as far as 2027 politics is concerned.
Wacha nichukue nafasi kukaribisha Edwin Sifuna. Huko juu mnaniona vizuri, hapa mnaniona vizuri, hapa nyuma mnaniona vizuri. Mimi ndio Sifuna. Na nyinyi ni kina nani? Ati kina nani? Huko nyuma nyinyi ni kina nani? Nataka mseme wasikie hapa ni wapi? Hapa ni wapi? Walituambia, walitutisha, wakasema mtatuangamiza hapa Kondele.
Which begs the question which is going to form the basis of this analysis. Why do you think Edwin Sifuna is the most sought after political figure in the Republic of Kenya today?
Wakati unaongea mambo yangu Sifuna, ujue mimi ndio mwanzilishi wa ODM. So naenda polepole kidogo. Yes. Sisi ndio tulianza hii kitu. Ama namna gani? Na unajua ukinisukuma sana nitaitisha mkutano ya founder members ya ODM. Si ndio? Na unajua tukiitisha hiyo mkutano tunaweza kufanyia discipline sisi ambao tulianza chama. Si ndio? So tuendeni mosmos.
Because before Raila Odinga's death, we had Edwin Sifuna. But he was not hot cake the way he is. A lot has changed since Raila Odinga left us and ODM made changes to its leadership. Edwin Sifuna emerged from nowhere.
Hiyo sisi na timu ya kina Sifuna hatuna tofauti zozote. Ni matumaini yetu na nimesikia wakiongea hapo Thika kusema tutatafutana. Lakini wacha kwanza kila mtu wasukume. Hao vijana wasukume. Na sisi tusukume pande hii. Sasa unaona leo imekuwa mzuri sana. Sisi tunasukuma Bungoma, tunasukuma Trans Nzoia, Sifuna anasukuma Kiambu, nasukuma Nairobi.
He is currently a potential presidential candidate. But everybody is looking for Edwin Sifuna to support them. Why do you think Edwin Sifuna is being sought?
Wanafikiria hiyo gari ya bendera wengine wetu hatutoshi kuingia ndani. Vile umesema. They are saying a lot of things about us. Wanasema sisi ni vijana wadogo. Hati unahitaji pesa, mabilioni ya pesa, wanatutisha, hawataki tufanye mikutano yetu. Lakini wewe mwenyewe umesema ya kwamba this thing will not end with our generation, kwa sababu neno la Mungu bado liko hata kama Sifuna hatafika. Unajua nyinyi mnajua historia yangu, si ndio? I am not the first Sifuna, by the way. I am not the first Sifuna. My uncle was doing these same things, fighting for the same things that I'm fighting for right now in the 80s when I was a teenager. Not even a teenager, I was 5 years old in 1987. Mzee Lawrence Sifuna alikuwa anafanya hii maneno. I can assure you that I will not be the last Sifuna.
That's exactly what I want us to analyze. Before I do that, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. I am Makwin, your political analyst in Kenya. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the reasons why Sifuna is the most sought after political figure in the Republic of Kenya today. Number one, there is the low-lying lawyer votes in Kenya. You see, before Raila Odinga passed on, the contest in lawyer was going to be between either Ruto, who had the support of Wetangula and Mudavadi, and who else? Because Sifuna was with Raila. If Raila was not going to be on the ballot, probably he was also going to support Ruto. So the truth of the matter is that there's the lawyer factor in 2027 election. For William Ruto, he had hoped, especially after the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua, William Ruto had hoped that he was going to be able to consolidate the entire lawyer nation. Basically, the ODM strongholds. But his main target was the lawyer nation. Right now, he can't do that because Sifuna is coming by a storm. In fact, Sifuna's wave is sweeping the lawyer nation like bushfire. For the opposition, each and every presidential candidate is also looking forward to the lawyer votes. Take the case of Kalonzo. If Kalonzo were to be on the ballot, then gets the lawyer votes. He would get the mountain a bit, then lawyer votes. So you now understand why Sifuna is not being sought after. The numbers of lawyer votes. Today, if Rigathi Gachagua were to be allowed to run for the presidency, then from nowhere, Rigathi just teams up with Sifuna. The block of the Kikuyu nation of Mount Kenya and the Luhya nation, if were to be combined, that's victory by 8 a.m. So the Luhya vote is making Edwin Sifuna to be lucrative because he currently holds the key to the Luhya nation. Number two, and this is something which is unique with Kenyans, they love Edwin Sifuna's brand of politics. Let us go back to Raila Odinga. Why do you think Raila Odinga was loved? Because of his firebrand brand of politics. If you've been studying Raila Odinga, if you've been studying Edwin Sifuna, even when Raila Odinga was still alive, firebrand all the time. As a matter of fact, even when Raila Odinga went to bed with William Ruto, Edwin Sifuna refused. And he won the trust of Kenyans. So his brand of politics is attracting the country. It's also attracting key political players. You see, if William Ruto were to win Edwin Sifuna today, like I was talking to a friend of mine and we were just discussing the winning formations. And he asked me a question. Lee, today if William Ruto were to reach an agreement to either work with Sifuna or Oburu Odinga's group, who do you think William Ruto will sign the deal with? He persuaded me that Ruto will definitely sign the deal with Edwin Sifuna because his brand of politics is resonating with so many people. If Sifuna were to take William Ruto head on in terms of even dismantling his policies, it's lethal if he goes to TV. Yeah. So anybody like, for example, William Ruto would rather have Sifuna on his side than the way he is outside now. The same applies to Kalonzo and all these other guys. Sifuna's brand of politics is admirable. Everybody wants that person on their camp. Number three, which is the most important, is what I'll refer to as the Edwin Sifuna's momentum. You see, these momentums, they come once in a while. And that's why I keep on telling Sifuna, through his allies, one of my close friends, that he must be on the ballot as a presidential candidate in 2027. Liwe liwalo. Because this is his moment. And these moments, they don't come twice. They only knock once. Mother Luck has knocked on the door of Edwin Sifuna. So it is his moment. Everybody, you go to clubs, Sifuna. Sisi ndio Sifuna. Warembo, sisi ndio Sifuna. Everybody, sisi ndio Sifuna.
Mimi nitasema mambo mawili peke yake. Mheshimiwa Naibu wa Rais, mimi siwezi jiita rafiki yako, ukweli tu. Sisi sio marafiki, hata leo ndio mara ya kwanza tumepatana hapa. Lakini nataka kukuambia mimi sinanga ubaya na wewe. Hakuna kitu chochote ambacho kinaleta uhasama. Hata huyu rafiki yangu hapa Kagusha juzi alisema kwa TV kichwa yangu ni kubwa sana.
To an extent that even my friend Babu Owino has lost his popularity as the most popular young leader in the Republic of Kenya to Sifuna, because it's Sifuna's momentum. Kalonzo would want to have Sifuna. Matiang'i would want to have Sifuna. Rigathi would want to have Sifuna. And of course, just like I was saying, even President Ruto would want to have Sifuna, because Sifuna is now a movement and is also now a momentum. But again, if he plays around, he's going to lose both of them. And number 4, this is something which I keep on seeing people saying, oh, ODM imeisha. What made Edwin Sifuna is the brand ODM. ODM. If there was no ODM, if there was no faction within ODM, nobody would be interested in Sifuna. But there is the role which ODM will play as far as 2027 politics is concerned. How many votes did Raila Odinga get in the last election? 6.9 million votes. You can be sure that majority of those people, 99% of them, were loyal to ODM. Baba built ODM for how many years? It celebrated its 20th anniversary just that day. So it's a brand. ODM is a brand. In fact, I want to be honest. At some point, me, I never just used to put on t-shirts like this. I loved polo t-shirts, but anytime I would go to the shop, I would ensure that I have orange. The color is either orange, blue, or orange and blue. The ODM colors. So that's a brand which you cannot just wish away. Edwin is splitting into 2. So let's say the other one goes to Ruto. This other one, where is Edwin Sifuna taking them to? That is the reason why these guys are looking for him. They're telling him, bring those people to us. Bring them to us. The ODM brand. And lastly, the Gen Z factor in 2027 election. This is the reality. And we cannot lie about it. Edwin Sifuna is now appealing more to the young people in this country than any other person. At some point, the young people wanted someone like Okia Omtata. To an extent that Omtata then went and prospects for the potential of his bid. They looked for Matiang'i. They left him. They looked for Maraga. Right now, mzee anateseka tu juu ya gari peke yake. They've now found Edwin Sifuna. And because the Gen Zs will be a major factor in the next election, all these guys are looking forward to Sifuna. If Sifuna were to agree to be Kalonzo Musyoka's running mate, do you think that's going to be a joke? That's not a joke. That's a serious ticket. I don't know what to think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Lee Makwiny. Bye-bye.